Alright guys, so let's go and get started now. I'm gonna start reviewing for the final with you guys. I'm gonna start by reviewing hopefully 3 problems at a time. That won't be too much. What I want you to do is the first 3 problems that I'm gonna go over, I want you to copy them in your notebook for notes. I am gonna be grading your notes, so make sure they are in there. And then the second set of problems, so there's going to be 6 problems. The first 3 I'm doing for you, they're going to your notebook. And then the second 3, or the last 3, oh my god, I don't even know what I'm saying. The last 3, I want you to do them in a separate paper and turn them in for a grade. Okay, that's where you're going to practice what I just showed you. Alright, so let's start with number 1, and it says use order of operations to evaluate this expression. Okay, it's gonna take a couple steps, so hopefully they all fit on here, especially because I'm using my laptop and I just can't even write with my finger on here, but we'll try. The first thing you gotta do is you're gonna take this part inside of the parentheses and you're gonna work with that. Okay, so 3 divided by 4 minus 1 over 6. You gotta have the same denominator. So in order to get the same denominator, I'm going to multiply this part by 6, and I'm going to multiply this part by 4. 6 times 3 is 18. 6 times 4 is 24. 1 times 4 is 4. 6 times 4 is 24. So now that I have the same denominator, I can subtract them. 18 minus 4 gives you 14 over 24, and I can simplify this to 7 over 12. Okay, so now I have this problem, 1 over 12 divided by 7 over 12 squared. The next thing I'm gonna do is square it. Okay, so, and I'm gonna put it, I don't know, put it where it doesn't go crazy. Put it right here. So 7 over 12 squared means I'm gonna do 7 times 7, which is 49. And I'm going to do 12 times 12, which is 144. So now I have the problem. So I'm going to continue it over here. It's getting a little messy, but you should be following along. 1 over 12 divided by 49 over 144. And then last year one of my classes called it the KFC. Think about chicken when you divide fractions. And it's kind of sounds like true. Every time you divide a fraction, you're gonna keep, change, flip. Keep, change to multiplication, and flip the second fraction around. Okay, and then multiply straight forward. So 1 times 144 is 144. 12 times 49. Well, let's gonna calculate it out. Let me see if I can find one. Well, I'm gonna do that one real quick here. Where's my calculator? 12 times 49, which is 588. Now, I already know that these two are even, so I know I can definitely divide them both by 2, which the bottom part gives me 294. The top part, 144 divided by 2, gives me 72, and they're still even, so I'm going to divide it by 2 again. 36. And then 294 divided by 2. 147. Finally, I reached the number that I can't simplify anymore. Well, I think I can't simplify them anymore. So my answer is 36 over 147. Okay, several steps. So the first thing I did was work with this. And that's, I'm gonna highlight it. Okay, that's this right here. And then I took it and I squared it. So that's this part right here, that's step 2. And then finally I did keep change flip, that was step 3 over here. Okay, so that was the first problem. Pause it as needed and copy it down, study it, rewind it, whatever you gotta do. Alright, another one of these annoying problems. Call them annoying problems because it just takes too long, especially with those ugly little calculators, but that's all we got. So I need to find the exact answer, therefore try not to use your calculator at all, especially for square roots and stuff. Alright, I have 2 over 5. This means 6 over 10, because that's 6/10. And then this over here, square root of 25 is 5, and the square root of 49 is 7, so that's 2 times 5 over 7. Okay, I can simplify this further because 6 over 10 is actually 3 over 5. And then here I'm actually multiplying only the top because this is 2 over 1 pretty much, right? So 2 times 5 is 10, 7 times 1 is 7. And then now I gotta have all the same denominators. I got kind of lucky here because the 5s are already the same, right? That's nice because then I can just add them and that's 8. Wow, 8. 5 over 5. Okay. Plus, hope I'm not making a mistake. Am I? No. Okay, I think I'm okay. 10 over 7. And then now I'm going to leave 5 over 5 like that. I'm not going to turn it into a 1 just because I want to show you the process for that so you can do the next problem. So I'm going to multiply this one by 7 and this one by 5. So that's 7 times 5, that's 35. 5 times 10, that's 50 over 35. So I just multiplied 7 times 5, 7 times 5, 5 times 5. Sorry, 10 times 5 and 7 times 5 again. And then now I can add them, which gives me 85 over 35. And then clearly they're both divisible by 5. So take a calculator and divide by 5. That's 17 and this one's 7. So my answer is 17 over 7. Okay, so again, the first thing I did, or a few things I did first, turn that into a fraction and simplify it. Then take the square root of each separately and multiply it by that 2 that's outside. That's what I got. And then I added these fractions, which luckily I got the same denominator. If not, I would have had to multiply them. Once you get the answer to those 2 fractions, then you're going to bring this one down and add these 2 together. And then once you add those 2 together, that's pretty much your final answer. Okay. Alright, let's go on to the last one. Number 3 says, you bought a treadmill last year. The price of the treadmill is reduced by 9% after depreciation. If the price of the treadmill before discount was $800, find the discount and the new price. Okay. This is one where a lot of you guys have been doing really, really well. You guys know how to work with percentages, so that's good. So first I gotta find 9% of 800. So I'm gonna take my 800 and multiply it. 9% is the same thing as 9 over 100, which is 0.09, okay? So I'm gonna multiply 800 times 0.09. Let me see what that gives me on my little ugly calculator. 800 times 0.09 gives me 72. That means that my coupon is actually for $72. So that's my discount. Okay. So if I'm getting discounts at $72, now I can take 800 and subtract 72. And that gives me, I believe, 728. And that's your, it's a dollar sign, okay? Use your imagination. So that's your new price. price. Okay, so again, these first three problems that I did for you, go in your notebook. These are your notes. And the next three problems, I want you to do them on a separate sheet of paper and use your notes as a guide to do them. Okay? Alright, so I'll be posting the next video shortly so that you guys can continue reviewing. But for now, that's pretty much it. So I'll see you guys on the next one.